All right. Here we are, episode 1.
This is the
one.
start, boys.
Yes.
I'm excited. I got excited once we hit record. I just got excited, guys.
All right. This is the new podcast, All Four. I'm excited.
Yeah, please.
We're gonna have some good conversations.
Yeah.
Woo! Maybe some hot takes. I don't know.
Oh, hot takes.
But yeah.
Hey.
So we'll start off introductions. My name is Gavin.
I'm Gage. I'm second.
Gunner. I'm Gabriel.
And this is All Four.
All together, we make All Four.
All four.
All four.
All four.
Maybe we need a catchphrase or something, you know?
Yeah, something like start it.
Something like 4 for 4, like Wendy's.
Yeah, before you start the video, go to Wendy's and get a 4 for 4.
It's time for the 4.
All right, so we want to start off every episode by talking about games we've just been playing the most recently, give our brief thoughts about them, bit of kind of a short segment, and then we'll get into the real meat of the episode here. Does anyone want to go first, or I'll go first? Anyone want to go first?
I'll go first.
All right, go first.
first?
We've been
All
playing.
right. Wait, play, bro.
I got kind of a double feature. First,
Okay.
The Outer Worlds. I've been playing that.
Okay.
It's.
All right.
I'm not a big fan. I think it's kind of basic. Also, I'm kind of just waiting for Starfield. You know, that's
Yeah.
mainly what I'm doing. I'm
Yeah.
trying to relieve that space RPG-ness.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, okay.
Yeah.
It's probably better than Grounded, in my opinion. Not bad.
Which is another Obsidian game.
Yes, another
Yeah.
Obsidian game.
And isn't it like, I mean, it's kind of like Fallout in space, right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Until Starfield.
Until Starfield, yeah. It's really similar to Fallout and Skyrim. It's like, it was weird because it's Obsidian. It's not even Bethesda, so it felt kind of weird because it felt like they were taking that from Bethesda. It was weird.
Well, Obsidian made Fallout New Vegas.
They did.
They did.
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
So, I mean, they
That's
literally
true.
made a Fallout game.
I forgot about that.
Prove me wrong.
That's true.
All right.
What's your double
Second,
feature?
Yeah, what was the other one?
What's the double?
Payday 2. Now,
Didn't they just announce Payday 3?
yes, I am
Okay.
really excited for Payday 3. That is going to be an awesome game because Payday 2 is really good, but it's really old. It's like really old, and the mechanics are
Dated?
yeah. It's really got the bones. I'm just excited for like the next gen version, pretty much. I'm really excited for Payday 3. Payday 2, it's still really fun, still really good. I like it.
Okay.
That's it. That's
Nice.
it. That's
Nice.
it. I'm
That's
done.
fair.
I'm done.
Solid thoughts. All right.
Solid thoughts.
Well, you want to go in a circle? Gage, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. So
Excellent.
recently I've been kind of getting back to Amnesia a little bit, not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah?
Kind of
Yeah,
dabbling.
Gage, you with me?
Kind of dabbling.
You
Me and
with me?
Gabe been playing it. I played The Bunker, and that just came out. That was
That game's
masterpiece. It was
game's
so
really good.
so good. And then I decided since I liked it so much, I'd go back and try playing the original
Give
again.
him a shot.
Yeah, because I played the original and I didn't like it very much at the time because the puzzles just like made me want to poop and eat it. That's literally what my review on the Xbox store was. I was like first two make me want to poop and eat it. The third one is pretty good. But Machine for Pigs is like a lot of people's least favorite.
That's like
Yeah.
linear.
But yeah, I went
I'm
back.
not like other people. I
But-
like Machine for
I'm not like
Pigs.
other people.
I like Machine for Pigs.
I'm different. But I actually enjoyed it. I
Yeah,
went
we
back
beat it.
and I actually beat it. I beat it, had like
Nice.
3 endings, so I just reloaded the save and got all 3.
Is this the Dark Descent?
Dark
you're talking
Descent.
about?
Yeah,
Okay.
I actually went back. Now, it still has some crap puzzles. Don't get me wrong, some of that's still crap. But I actually found a lot more value in its form of storytelling. And it's kind of meta. It's one of those stories I feel like only fits in the game, like the way it works. Because you as Daniel, like you as the player going into a game, you don't know anything about the world, what's going on, you're completely new. So then like when you jump in, it kind of works really well with the story because Daniel's an amnesiac, like he doesn't remember anything. So you're learning about the story, you're learning about Daniel at the same time Daniel's learning about Daniel because he's learning about himself through like logs and crap. So it was actually really good.
That's why
I
they call it
will-
amnesia.
I will just say
It's
one
pretty great.
thing. Spoiler alert. one of the endings, Gage says his favorite ending is the ending where the main character dies and the bad guy dies. I think that's a bit controversial.
Hashtag Agrippa forever.
Yeah, like
Agrippa forever. Yeah, it was like a whole side thing. Yeah, I mean,
That's how you get one of the endings.
it's like a game from like freaking 2010 or something. So hopefully people played it. But yeah, I mean, it was that was the best ending because it was the hardest to get because you had to like do extra steps. And like I was like, I'll do it. So I ended up collecting all the stuff and saving Agrippa. And Daniel did some pretty messed up stuff. So I was like, yeah, he can probably die.
yeah, you can die.
Yeah, so that's what I've been playing most recently. Wait until Fire Emblem comes out on NSO. But yeah, that's been me.
All right.
What about you, Gavin?
Well, you guys know I've been playing Tunic.
Oh, it's still going?
Oh, yeah.
Quite good. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was going to be just like a Legend of Zelda clone. And like that would have been good enough for me because it looked nice, the music's nice. But like playing it's so weird because it's out of any game I've ever played, it is the most like Zelda 1, which is so weird to me because again, Zelda 1 was like so cryptic and they didn't tell you anything or how to do anything or where secrets were or how to progress in the game.
Yeah.
Like you just kind of had to, back in the day anyway, you have to like either get lucky or check the like Nintendo Power or
Maybe you should
have
do it
somebody tell you what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But so it's the same kind of vibe. You start the game, you're not given a single item, a map, a cutscene, dialogue, nothing. You just start the game and you just go and you have to explore and find things and clues and items that will help you find your way around and figure out what you're supposed to do.
Right.
So super fun, a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting like maybe a 6-hour game like that. I thought that was pushing it.
What is it actually?
I haven't finished and I'm like on hour like 10, 12, something like that. But it's still really good and I'm having a lot of fun with it. So highly recommend it if you like, your old school action adventure games.
Yeah. I remember you saying it's like the closest that you could get to like a Zelda 1 remake.
Yeah.
Without it being Zelda 1 remake.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. And I don't know if Nintendo would ever do that, but it's extremely good. So I would recommend it. But anyways, Gabriel?
I was not looking forward to
Gabe,
this.
what have you been playing,
What
bro?
have you been playing?
I've been playing, believe it or not, Apex Legends.
Oh,
Wow.
oh
yes,
no.
What?
yes.
That's true?
Well, I also played Benny and Dark Revival and I beat that.
Oh man, that's great.
I'll talk about Benny because we already played Apex. Okay. Benny and Dark Revival. It is my new favorite game of all time.
Mhm.
Just throwing
Okay.
it out.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
That's pretty big.
That's pretty
there
good, yeah.
is like a lot of problems with the game, but if you just shove all that aside, it's a really good horror game. It's it's a survival horror. It's one of those. It's just like one of the things I didn't like is that the combat is like you just get in front of the enemy and you just smack them 3 times and that's really it. You just like button mash. And
Yeah,
you can't parry or block or none of that.
So combat's not really.
Yeah, it's not there,
Yeah.
but like it's way better in the first one. Like the graphics are way better. Like they're way more. There's a like plethora of cutscenes compared to the first one, and they changed up like the feel of it. It has a much darker tone than the first one did. And I say, if you like survival horrors, play it.
Survival horse.
Survival horse. That's what I was gonna
Survival
say.
horse.
It sounded like you said survival horse.
Horse
They should make a
survival.
horse survival game.
Horse survival.
Just
Horse
Survival.
survival.
Either way, play it.
Nice.
Nice.
Play it right
Cool.
now.
Yeah, go. It's
Stop.
$30.
Stop what
Go
you're
buy
doing.
it.
Play it.
All right. Well, cool. Segment over. All right.
Switching gears.
So, the real meat of this episode, I figured we could start off with something a little personal, a little kind of like, meet and greet, get to know you kind of thing, Get the conversation, that way you can kind of know what we all like as people.
Wow.
Yeah.
Our top 3 favorite game franchises. Not individual games, just the franchises. And
I'm giving a deathly stare to Gavin.
Gunnar originally didn't like this idea, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
Because clearly we're doing it now.
So,
We hit record and we're here now.
anyways, so yeah, and I will say the rules are, for a franchise, it's got to be a series with more than just one game. It can be spin-offs, sequels, prequels, any of that. I wouldn't count a game and then like years later they remake the game. Like, that's not really a franchise to me. It's just the same game.
Yeah,
Um,
that's fair.
That's really the only rule. And when we give our top 3, it doesn't have to be in any particular order. It doesn't have to be, number 3, and number 2.
Number 5.
Burger King foot lettuce.
So yeah, that's kind of the ground rules. Does anyone want to give one start off, or
So do we want to do like all 3, like go around?
I'll say
circle?
do one, and then do one, and then do the next one. That way, no one's talking. No one in particular is talking for too long.
Okay,
at one time.
all right, that's fair.
All right, so let's
start
voices.
let's start with you, and we'll go my direction. 'Cause I think you and me probably already know like at least a majority of
Wait,
what
I'm
I'm gonna
last.
say.
I'm last either way.
No.
No, you're next to Gavin.
Yeah, if you go that counterclockwise.
Yeah, it'd go to you next.
It would be
No,
you.
no, you.
You.
No, him and you.
Him and you.
Anyways, so yeah, again, no particular order. Just pick out one. We'll talk about it. Kind
Kind of loop.
of where we got into the series, the first game, what you like about the series, what you don't like, all that stuff. All right.
All right.
So I guess I'll start.
Yeah, start us
You know what?
off.
I'll start with obvious.
All right.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I knew, this is
Who
the
could
one-
have guessed?
This is the one I knew for sure Gavin was gonna say.
Oh yeah. So I wanted to start with the obvious first. That way we can keep some guessing going throughout the episode. So yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. You all know, absolutely love it. All have since I was really little. This is such a funny story actually. The very first exposure that I remember to a Sonic game was we were at a friend's house. The Bevins, yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like a cousins and it was Sonic 06.
No.
Alright, alright.
No, but yeah, so we were at a friend's house and I went over and they were playing the Nintendo GameCube, and they had Sonic Adventure 2 Battle going, and they were playing the multiplayer on it, and I specifically remember they were playing like the speed, like racing.
Yeah.
They were, one of them was Sonic, one of them was Shadow,
Sonic.
and they were at the Desert Pyramid one where it's just rails, like the entire time. It's like the blue rail and the red rail,
Yeah.
and like you're on rails the entire like race or whatever.
That sounds familiar.
That's exactly what they were playing, and I remember looking at it and being like, "This was awesome!
This is rad.
This is so
Your little
sweet."
Your little like 6-year-old self like, this looks sweet.
Yeah, exactly. So, but the funny thing was, is I knew it was Sonic, but I didn't know what game it was. So when we had left that day, I was like, "Oh, I gotta get this game." So over the next couple of months, constantly I would go into stores, like whatever, Best Buy, GameStop, Walmart, whatever it was. Every time I would see a Sonic game, I'd be like, "Oh, this is it. This is the Sonic game that I saw that one time. Oh, Mom, please buy it. Mom, I need this game." I come home and I play it, and I'm like, "Oh, this isn't the game."
Oh, that's the right one.
That's how I ended up with Sonic Mega Collection, Sonic Gems, Sonic Heroes, Sonic Zero Gravity or Sonic Rider Zero Gravity.
Yeah.
I ended up with all of those games because I thought it was Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Just trying to find out.
It's like, this is it this time. I know it's this time.
I'm gonna get lucky this time.
And I come home. I play like Sonic Mega Collection. The old 2D Sonic games. I was like, this isn't it.
This is the
So,
one.
but the funny thing was, is because of that, I would play these games anyway because I had them, and I ended up liking them. So I mean, between Mega Collection and Gems, I played like all the classic series. Really enjoyed them a lot. I really liked, I mean, it was unique. The thing that I like about Sonic games is that, it's platforming games, but with the twist of having to go fast, right? It's all speed based, and the whole thing is on about memorizing the layouts of levels, so that way you can get better each time you play them, and therefore do them faster, and that makes you feel, awesome. Like the high that I chase when I'm playing Sonic games is when I'm going through a level and I just know it like the back of my hand, and I'm just flying through at light speed. Even like, the 2D games, the boost games, whatever. If I'm at top speed and I'm just flying through a level, that's where I'm just like, get the dopamine, adrenaline rush. I'm like, woo!
Yeah, you do, bro. Because literally, whenever I can't play co-op with you anymore. Because whenever we play like Sonic 2 or 3, and I'm like Tails, bro, you're like too quick. I'm like, I can't even keep up. Like as soon as I spawn in, you're gone.
Like when Gavin's running, Gabe's would be like, no way!
when we were kids, we weren't as good at it, so like we were able to slow down and take our time. But nowadays, like if I ever try to play with them, it's just like, wait, I can't keep up.
You're on the side screen just getting pushed forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sonic 2 is like one of my, comfort food for games, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you I can always just put that game on and just beat it, and it's just like slipping into that pair of slippers is so comfortable, you know what I mean?
So good.
It's so good.
It's so cool.
Yeah, so yeah, I would say definitely Sonic the Hedgehog. If I would have to name a least favorite game in the series, I'd have to go with Sonic Secret Rings.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
That, a lot of people, hate on a lot of Sonic games, obviously, but Secret Rings, that game's actually just trash. It's actually so bad.
It's like a mobile game.
Literally, you can't control with the, D-pad or whatever on the Wii. You have to use the Wiimote and tilt, and then to jump, you have to go, flick it up and everything.
Yeah, so
And
throw
the
it.
literal tutorial was impossible to beat.
I could never get past the first world. I was like, this is bad.
Yeah,
This bad.
It is.
Because the Wii motion controls are already trash and unresponsive.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least a lot of other Sonic games that people hate on, at least you can play them. At least,
Good point.
At least
Good
they are,
point.
they have controls that exist, and it's not just, the Wii waggle, the Wiimote waggle.
Whenever you wanted to do something in the Wii game, you just shaked intensely.
Yeah, well, especially early Wii games when it first came out, it was all just.
Just throwing your hands around.
It teaches you how to rage.
Okay, so you said your least favorite. So what's your favorite?
It's so hard. I go back and forth on this, but to give a somewhat of an answer, I'd say Sonic Mania is definitely way up there because I just think that game is fantastic. The people at Christian Whitehead, they had totally understood what a classic Sonic game was, and just remixed it in a way that was brand new, awesome, love the game. Also Sonic Generations, love that game. 3D Sonic, almost peak, I'd say.
Yeah.
I also, I love some Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic 2, the original. Those are some you put any of those games on in front of me, I'll play them, no problem, any day of the week.
Yeah,
Quick question: what do you think of Sonic Frontiers?
Oh yeah, so interesting question. So I put almost 30 hours into it total, and the thing with that game is that it's better than I originally thought it was going to be from, that original showcase everyone hates on, the IGN where everything looked super jank and everything.
Yeah, I remember.
But it came out and it was fun to maneuver around, right? The controls were solid. I liked the way, the world was and worked and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I essentially 100% in that game, got all of the achievements.
Probably in the first 2 days.
Maxed out all of Sonic's stats, got S ranks on all the stages, discovered all the world map, opened up all the world maps, because you can unlock the map in sections, I think it is, or whatever.
Yeah,
so you unlock the entire maps of all the areas, all that stuff. The thing is though, that game was just not as replayable to me because after the almost 30 hours, I beat it, I did all that stuff, almost 100% in it, and then I haven't picked it up since.
You just left it.
And it's not because it's a bad game by any means, it's just because, for me, I really like Sonic games that are super replayable, because that's what Sonic's always been about, replaying the levels so you get better at them so you get faster at them. That's that is the whole appeal of Sonic games to me. The problem is with and I've noticed this in a lot of modern Sonic games, is they make them too easy to S rank. So once you S rank it, it's well, it doesn't go any higher. You can, if you really want to, you can get your best times or whatever, or beat your best time.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something different about chasing the S rank and making it really hard. I wish they were I wish in a DLC they would add a double S rank or something. An SS rank.
You can go even higher.
And or a dev time or something. I would be all over that. I would be chasing that all day. But because there's not anything like that, and the S ranks are pretty easy to get. It's just I'll try once or twice, get them on the first or second try, and then I move on. Because why would I go back other than to beat my best time, which I don't really care about. So overall, Frontiers, good game, solid game. Like I said, put almost 30 hours into it, basically 100% of it. It's just not super replayable to me, and I really kind of miss that because I like Sonic games to be replayable. But
yeah. And
solid
honestly, I think that's probably going to be a good topic for like another video. Is like replayability with open worlds. That's something I've thought about, and Halo Infinite has that same problem. But like,
Really?
I'm gonna digress on that for now. But I think that could be a good topic in and of itself.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
is it my turn?
Yeah, go.
guys.
Yeah,
All right,
pick one.
guys. So I also have a super obvious one.
Let's just all do our obvious ones first.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be like really like we're gonna like really overindulge like the first one is like the favorite, you know, and then after that it's gonna be like, oh crap, what is my second? You know, like what is my second? What is my third?
Do I have a second?
So you know, my obvious first is Fire Emblem, favorite gaming franchise.
Oh my goodness.
Who
I
could have known?
What?
I know that.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What's Fire Emblem?
Oh, it's a strategy. It's a JSRPG. It's an SJRPG.
SJRPG. You don't know what you're doing. You just gotta hope for the best.
RJ McKilla Wilson. Yeah, so that's my favorite. It's my favorite series. Honestly, probably like my favorite like media franchise of all time.
That makes no
honestly.
sense.
Bold
Like,
statement.
dude,
Wow.
Yeah, even if you go like movies and books, like anything like I've experienced, like
Farm's the best thing I've ever done in my life.
from like a human creativity standpoint, it's probably my favorite thing that's ever been put together.
It's bold. Yeah, according to human, all human life, Fire Emblem's best thing come out of it.
Dang.
Not even
Yeah,
pizza.
that's saying a lot.
Not even pizza.
Oh,
Yeah, pizza's pretty good.
not even pizza could take it down.
Yeah, but it has to. It just like so. I, of course, originally found out about the series through Smash Melee when me and Gavin used to play it when we were like babies, like little tiny people.
Or
We would.
Oh man. I'm gonna
Okay.
ignore
We would
that.
play it together, and like I remember at the time seeing Martha and Roy and like that. You know, of course, like Martha and Roy were in that, and that's kind of what helped it to come over to the West
Nina.
eventually.
yeah.
Yeah, he didn't speak English. I literally remember when we were kids, like, I would always try to avoid playing them because, one, I didn't think they were fun to play as, and two, I thought they were weird. I was like, who are these, like, weird guys that don't speak English?
They're like
you
these
know?
normal-looking dudes next
Yeah.
to Mario.
And I was like, who are these people? And, like, then in Brawl, you know, like, Smash Bros. Was kind of, like, my gateway into, like, kind of being aware of Fire Emblem.
Try everything.
But then I remember I think we got it in 2013, it was Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. And I literally remember, I wasn't even excited for it. I remember Gavin was actually the one that wanted to play it. He was like getting really hyped up about the trailers and crap. And
Yeah, I was
like,
going on like GameStop's website and watching the trailer like constantly.
yeah, you were like extremely excited. And I was like, yeah, it looks alright, it looks cool. And then I remember after he gets the game and then he comes home with it, I remember watching you play it some, and I was like, wait, you don't like move the characters, they just attack on their own? I was like, bro, that looks so boring. Like, what do? You just sit there. I was like, this looks stupid.
This is dumb.
This is dumb.
Dumb.
And I
Like
specifically
Mario.
remember the first time I played it, the power went out one day, and I was so bored. And I needed to charge my 3DS. I remember all these details, and I legit came to Gavin and I was like, bro, can I borrow it? I'm like, have nothing else to do. I just want to like play something I haven't played before. And he let me, so I literally took my charger out into the car, started the car up, was charging my 3DS, and put Awakening
You were
in.
down bad.
I was down bad. I was so freaking bored. I was so bored. And
I'll be out in the car.
I started playing Awakening for the first time, and I don't know how long I sat there.
3 days.
I don't know how long I sat there, but I instantly was engrossed in like the story, the characters, the world, because like that opening cutscene, it just blew my mind. I was like,
How old were you?
I was 10 at the time.
Using trust in the campaign and the story. Okay.
I was a little 10-year-old, and my
Man,
mind was blown.
Man, even when you're a little kid, you were a critic.
I remember, bro.
We're gonna IGN over here.
Yeah.
Everyone's a critic.
No, I felt it, bro. I remember, like, the music also really stand out to me. It's like, man, these are some good tracks. And then I started playing it, and I was like, oh!
It's that.
I was like, the gameplay comes in from, like, moving, thinking. It's a thinking man's game. It's not just, like, action, hack and slash stuff. you know?
Yeah, really, Fire Emblem is like super to the advanced, like genius chess.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Yeah,
It's like chess on another level.
I've heard people call it
I get
anime chess before.
Never heard that.
Anime chess.
I'm like, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that.
But yeah.
But it's just like super phenomenal. And then from there, you know, I played every single one that came out on 3DS, you know, the Fates games, and then I played Shadows of Valentia. And then when Three Houses came out, my mind was blown yet again. That's another one of my favorite games ever.
Go to Gage's farm shelf video.
Yeah. Go check out Engage. Subscribe. I literally have a video going over
Get
my
a plug.
collection.
We plugged to your YouTube channel now.
Like everything I've collected Fire Emblem related. And it's just a series. It's just like it means a whole lot to me due to like how the stories play out. Kind of like the overarching theme, the thing that exists in every single game, no matter what, is always like the idea of a bunch of people coming together to work together to ultimately pursue the good of everyone, you know? And I really vibe with that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's my number one favorite.
I'm curious though, what's like if you had to pick your least, I think you're gonna say your least favorite in the series.
Oh, I think I know.
Oh,
Done.
Oh,
I think I
Here's
know.
the one I actually
Boy.
forgot existed until you asked me
You were
that.
trying to put out your mind.
I have to unfortunately say that
Heroes?
no.
No.
I mean, I'm not gonna count that. That's more a spin-off. Besides, it might be better. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Honestly, I
The
think,
first one.
in all honesty, I don't think there's been like a trash Fire Emblem game, at least from what I've played. I haven't played a lot of the Japanese-only ones, but it's probably N-Gage. As sad as that is.
Really?
It's-
I thought you were gonna say like Birthright or Conquest. Fates, yeah.
I can't. I just can't. Because in my mind, the problem with N-Gage is that its story is just like so brain dead. It's just not there at all.
Really?
And it's just, it ruins its staying power and its replayability. Because like I don't even want to like go back in. Because there's nothing that really like hooked me about its world, like Three Houses or Awakening. It just didn't have that. It didn't have as much depth or interest.
You made a video about it.
I did. Yeah, I think I did make a video.
Plugged it and Gage again.
Talking about that. But Fates, at least with Fates, they tried something.
Yeah.
Even though it didn't work, and overall it was definitely not good in the story department, at least that game was more fun because at least you had like the whole marriage mechanic that came over.
Right,
Awakening.
and then like the children.
And I feel like that gives it more replayability than N-Gage had. So ultimately, while I don't think N-Gage is like a trash game at all, I think gameplay is actually really good. It's probably my least favorite in the series.
Wow.
If I'd be honest.
Big sayings.
L.
L.
Big L.
Big L. Big L. Big
Pretty
L.
sad, pretty sad. But yeah, that's my favorite gaming franchise. Oh, and my favorite is definitely Awakening. I know it's not the best. Three Houses is probably the best Fire Emblem I've played, but Awakening for me is just like that number one, like best game ever. For
It's
me.
solid. It's a solid game.
It's solid. I mean, I beat
Very solid.
it. Gage let me borrow it and I beat it. I thought.
All right, but I want to hear from Gunnar now.
All right.
What's
Here
your
it is.
obvious one?
Favorite. This is favorite game of all time.
What's-
Any game series of all time.
Is this your obvious one?
Hitman. Hitman
I'm out.
IOI.
I'm out.
Yes,
Nice.
the Hitman IOI games. The reboot of the series,
I'm
as
leaving.
they say. I really think it's when the series started. Hot take. The other ones
Love the
don't look
reboot.
as good. Hot take. I like the IOI games very much. Now, technically speaking, it is 3 games, but nowadays it's actually like they turned into 1 game. But you know, it still counts.
Well, I mean, it's franchise
Yeah,
after all,
yeah.
so.
So, if I were to say, like, out of 1, 2, or 3, which one was my favorite, which is pretty much which 6 levels do you like the most? Because that's what it is. It's just a group of 6 levels in each game. I would probably say, like, the first one? It's kind of hard to decide. It feels the game does a good job of
Why do you care, Gage?
making it feel like one game. It like feels very cohesive in its like gameplay and its story. Like it all feels very well made.
Yeah.
Yeah, like my favorite levels, I'd probably say like first one. And I don't even want to say least favorite just cuz like I like all 3. I haven't played the old ones. I haven't played the really old ones. Don't at me. I haven't played the really old ones. Okay.
Everyone's doing L's in the comments right now.
I haven't.
Go play Blood Money.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I haven't played like Blood Money or 1 and 2.
That's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
I might just seem like an idiot.
If I was wrong,
That's the name.
that would be cringe.
That's the name, right? Yeah. The reason I like the Hitman series so much is because of the level design.
This is why we said not to let the
There's a
cat.
cat. There's a cat
This is why we said not let the cat in the recording studio.
What?
Alright, put her out. You gotta put her out.
I gotta put her out.
She's destroying our
Hold,
vibe.
please. All right, everyone, elevator music.
Please stand by. Yeah.
All right.
And we're
Welcome back.
Oh, okay. So,
Cat is
The reason-
eliminated.
yeah, I eliminated the cat. Don't worry about it.
She ain't come back.
Fatality.
It is the level design and the openness. Something that I really like in games is interactability with the world. That is one of my favorite things in video games. I like to be able to just like look at something, pick it up, and like just do whatever with it. That's why I'm actually really excited for Starfield. Not gonna get into that, but
Yeah.
I'm really excited for that. I like Bethesda, you know what they do. Anyway. Hitman's interactability with the world and its openness in design is incredible, and I haven't seen it in any other game. It's literally like the most replayable game I know, because every level is
solid words. All right.
yeah, like every level, it's like a blank canvas for you to do whatever you want. You know, you can like start a level with like an AK-47 and just run and gun and kill everybody.
Kill everyone.
Or you can,
That's fun.
do it like a hitman and get extra points for silently taking people out, only killing the targets, not killing anyone else. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you get a lot of options. How you,
Options.
Like,
Very open.
approach any sort of kill, I guess.
Open-ended.
And this may have like kind of started with Engage used to play a once beloved game called Splinter Cell Blacklist.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And I think that's like kind of where I like started with liking like the openness, because in that game, Splinter Cell games are like almost known for just like open level design and options and doing like whatever you want, however you want.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like where I started, and then I found Hitman. I was literally like, the way I found Hitman, I'd like just gotten Game Pass. I'm a Game Pass boy. I subscribed to Microsoft. Trust me, it's not that bad.
Fanboy.
It's not that bad. I was just like scrolling through Game Pass and I was like, man, I got so many games. I was like, Hitman, what is this?
This looks like trash.
Man.
A bald man with a barcode on his back. I like went into it and then I'm like, man, this actually not that bad. And then I took 3 days to install it because it was 80 gigabytes.
Holy crap! What the?
Yeah, it's a very big game. And I started playing it, and at first I thought it was just the third one because it was just Hitman 3 on the cover. Turns out the Game Pass one actually came with 1 and 2. And when I found that out, I just melted. And I pretty much just fell in love with the franchise from there. It's my favorite game / game series of all time. And there's just so much like, you can tell there's so much like love and creativity that's been put into that game by IOI.
Yeah.
And it's palpable. You can feel it when you play it.
The power.
Yeah,
Feel the power.
Feel it.
I like it.
Yeah, that's my favorite game franchise, if I were to say.
Nice.
Moving on.
Hey, Gabe.
Oh,
Gabriel.
What's your
Yeah.
name?
My obvious one.
He might have given it away in the intro.
Oh yeah.
What? Wait, how do you even know?
Because it was the game you played, right?
Yeah.
Go on, just...
Just say it.
It's
Just
five. It's 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Oh, okay. No, alright,
Yeah,
never mind,
that
never
makes
mind.
Ignore what Gage said.
Ignore what
Ignore
I
it.
said. Ignore.
I.
That proves none of this is scripted.
This. Wait, were you trying to move me? What are you doing? Fine.
Watch out! You're gonna hit the camera.
You're gonna hit the camera.
We don't need a camera. We
Watch
just
out,
need
boy.
the audio. Alright.
You're gonna hit the mic.
Alright.
Yeah, we don't need the camera. It just destroys it.
Okay. favorite game series of all time. It's the one that changed my life probably.
Gideon's life has been changed by 5 nights.
Made me a horror fanatic. Horror game
Or
fan.
a horror fanatic.
Oh,
Life wasn't the same
my
after those
goodness.
5 nights.
Alright, so
Alright, go on. Sorry, we're interrupting
you remember back when we had that big box computer, like the really boxy
Yeah.
one, like
Oh,
the really
yeah.
fat one?
The old one?
Yeah, the
Yes.
really old one we had. That's when I first played it. I played on that box of a
Surprised we
computer.
can run it.
Yeah, I remember it was 2015, so it was like
It was 2015.
it was a year after it released, and I remember I was too scared to actually play it, so as soon as I started, I just closed both doors and let the power go out.
Nice.
And that was when I figured out who my favorite character was. Gage, you know who that is. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, I did.
Say it.
Foxy, right?
Say it.
I was nervous. I already seemed like an idiot a minute ago. I didn't want to embarrass myself further.
Alligator.
Manatee.
I don't know why. It's kind of cringy to say it, but it's like whenever he ran down the hallway, it got me excited for some reason. I don't know.
To die?
Yeah, it was like, kill me.
Wow. So, which is your favorite in the series?
Probably have one. The 8th game in the series.
Oh my
The 8th game in the series.
Oh my goodness.
It's a
Solid.
remake.
It's a remake. It's a remake.
Remake attack.
It's a remake of all the really beloved old Five Phrase games.
Yeah.
It's 1 through 4, I would say, and they revealed a teaser for Up 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah.
They did.
It was a Sister Location remake. Yeah.
Which is so weird because that game doesn't even feel that old.
It's
How old is that game? Sister
I think it was like 2016 or
Yeah, that
2017.
game's like.
Yeah, it's about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's old-ish, but remake? We're remaking it already?
Yeah, it's like all 3D and stuff
Yeah, put it
now.
in 3D, I guess.
Dang, okay.
Yeah,
So-
dang!
So, what's your least favorite?
You know to be true what it is, Gabriel.
It's probably Sister Location.
Okay, no, that's not exactly what I meant.
No, it probably is. It's just, I can't beat it. It is freaking hard. That's why I hope when they remake it, it'll be a little easier, like how the remakes of the first one was.
Night 4.
Night 4.
And even Night 3, that sucks too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the little bit.
No, that's
it's
the
fun.
baby.
No, it's Funtime Foxy. I'm talking about
Yeah.
Sister Location.
Yeah, like when you're
Walking
pushing
around.
buttons.
No, when you're walking around.
You like
It's
it?
motion activated. And you have to activate the
Oh,
flash
that
beacon.
part's not
Not as
that
bad as
hard.
Spring Walk Night 4, but
Yeah, but it also the a little bit of a video guy showed me proved that it's not as random as the other games can be.
Mhm.
One of the points in the game, when you're crawling in the vents, there's a really scary noise behind you. It's like something's crawling in. But in the video, if you just sit there, it doesn't kill you or nothing. It's just not random. It feels a lot scripted.
Mhm.
When you complete Night 3, when you're walking back to leave, you get jump scared by Funtime Foxy. That's scripted. It has to happen. Same
When you're crawling on the floor in Blora's room and she passes in front of you, that's scripted.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
Pretty much
scripted
everything
is.
in that game is scripted.
I don't like
Mm.
that, and it's also brutally hard again. But
yeah.
it could have been good. It could have been really good. I was actually really excited for it when I saw the trailer for it. But yeah, that's probably my least favorite one. Favorite one's probably Up 1. It's that game, and this is the FNAF year. We got the free DLC for Secure Reach coming out in July this year.
Yeah.
We got the movie coming out on October 27th of this year.
Mhm.
And late this year, we got Help Wanted 2. So, even though the next year is its 10th anniversary, not this year. So, I'm really excited for the next game and the movie. Holy crap. We should make a video on the movie.
Hey, maybe, dude. That's pretty cool, man.
The only 5 Nights games that I ever played, it was the first one, and I think I played the second one. I never beat any of them. I just kind of played them for a little bit because
I
at
have.
the time
Mm-hmm.
they they were massive. You know, like the streamers and like
Markiplier was just playing the first
like
one.
YouTubers and everyone like playing the games like really made that series blow up. I really think that's why it was so popular.
That's like how Amnesia blew up in 2010. It because people played it. And not to mention, I did beat most of them now. I beat the first one, the second one, the third one. I cannot beat the fourth one. For the love of me, I can't do it. Same with the fifth one. In the middle of the sixth one right now. Ultimate Custom Night. You can't even beat that game. Like really? Like,
yeah. I just want to say something real quick. I have some very strong opinions about the.
We are not going into that.
Me and Gabriel will constantly bicker about it. I think the only good ones are the first one and maybe Help Wanted. Maybe.
Watch the comments blow you up.
Oh boy.
All the other ones are not that good.
No.
At all.
Like FNAF
I don't like
6,
any of the other ones.
I think 4 was like cool. I never played it, but I like watched people play it. Obviously, I think 4 was cool as like a concept.
So
how you're like
scary.
in the house and everything, and like the animatronics look all ugly and everything. Again, I never played it, but I thought it looked cool just from like the idea of, oh, you're a child in a house now, like instead of a security guard at night.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I could spend, a whole podcast episode talking about FNAF, just like.
Hey, we're just giving ideas now at this point.
Okay, all I'm saying, I'm going to just say one thing. Security breach is like the worst thing that ever happened to FNAF. It sucks. It's
I
horrible.
like it though.
I hate it.
Security breach. Is that the newest one?
That's the
newest one.
The problem with it is like it's
so
it can be
made.
really be buggy. It's like they tried to rush it out for like the holiday time.
Yeah, it is
Classic.
the buggiest thing I've ever seen. In
It's
my
very
life.
buggy.
It's got some,
I do not like
some
that game.
controversy.
But like
game's
some of the
buggy.
ideas they had for the game are like really good.
Yeah.
But like it can be like it's crashed like twice, and if you play a thing on the Xbox One, like the posters are blurred out and stuff. Like you can't read it or anything. That's why when the DLC comes out, I'm gonna reinstall it and get just Xbox and play it. But like,
oh man.
But like other than like the really bad bugs and stuff, I say it's pretty good. I like it,
Nice.
and I also read the books.
I think Five Nights definitely has like as a series has a lot of staying power. Like it's definitely
The movie's gonna blow up.
like it's definitely made itself a
Like
a big like a pop media franchise.
It can be next to Kratos now.
But for me, it was never really my thing.
It's
Like I
not.
played the originals and I was like, all right, like it's just kind of random jump scares, whatever. But
Also,
scary.
the lore can be very.
the lore. Oh,
Oh,
man,
boy.
I'm not even gonna
Boy.
pretend.
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be a whole episode
Look,
at some point.
this is how the lore goes.
It's
This is audio.
For all,
This
for all
is
of you,
audio.
for all of you audio only,
It's
Gabriel was drawing
lines.
circles in the sky.
Crazy
Descriptive audio.
lines, crazy lines everywhere.
It's going everywhere.
Dang,
But-
bro. We've only gone in a circle like once, and we're already at like 42 minutes long.
We're gonna have to pick this up. We need like
Be like,
Or
this
well,
up.
also a lot of this will probably be like,
Chapped it.
So, anyways.
yeah, we'll leave that to you.
Anyways, all right. So I'll go next to my list. I'll say we'll go with Resident Evil.
Oh,
yeah,
I
Resident
agree with
Evil.
this.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree with this.
fantastic game series. I'd say so. The first time, my first experience with Resident Evil is so funny because we had a Nintendo Wii, and it broke. It was like the first one we had, and then we ordered another one, and Mom got it off like eBay or something, and it was one of those things where they're like, take get the console plus 3 games or whatever, and one of the games was Resident Evil 4, like the Wii edition, and at this point, I had never played any horror games ever.
Wow.
I had like seen other people playing, and I'm like, I'd probably be too scared to actually play like horror games or whatever. But, Resident Evil 4 had come with the Wii, I had heard of it, and I was like, you know what, like, it's free, I might as well just try it, and if I don't like it, we can just give it away, like, whatever,
Right.
It doesn't matter, like, I didn't pay any money for it. So, I put it in, and I just could not stop playing it. It was
I remember.
so fun.
I remember you sitting on the floor and like playing it.
Resident
like,
Evil 4.
Motion controls.
Yes, everyone knows Resident Evil 4 is just absolutely fantastic. The Wii version is actually really good, weirdly enough, because you can use the Wiimote and point and shoot everyone.
Yeah.
So it's like kind of a light gun shooter almost at the arcade.
Yeah.
It's like doom 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 doom. So super fun. I was surprised how much I loved that game. And from there I was like, oh well, I guess I'm a Resident Evil fan now. And I went back and got the on Xbox, actually on Xbox, I have all of the numbered games. So I went back and played 0, 1, like all the numbered games, like the remakes, 2, 3, 4. I played 5 and 6, played 7. Just absolutely great games. Again, they got me into horror as a genre, survival horror. They kind of invented it back in the day with the original Resident Evil.
Yeah.
4 is absolutely one of my favorite games of all time. The remake of 4, absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend it. And so, if I'm picking favorite games, I'd say it's probably got to be 4.
Okay.
Original versus remake is kind of hard. I'll say the remake for now, just because it's really solid. It's more like, I like how it's a little bit more consistent with the remakes beforehand. It kind of like has the ongoing story, whereas before it kind of felt like a little fragmented.
Yeah.
It's like, 1 was in the mansion, and then 2 was in Raccoon City below the mansion, and then 3 was in the Raccoon City from a different perspective, and then 4 you're in like a different country, and it's like all of that. Like he mentions it once, and that's it. So
Right.
I'll say the remake for now. Least favorite,
6.
it's got to be 6.
Oh,
it's, I mean, to the surprise of no one, and to be honest, it's really not even a bad game. It's just not a good Resident Evil game.
Yeah,
It's like if Capcom had released Resident Evil 6, but it called it something else and had like different characters in it, but kept the gameplay and story, it'd probably be a fine game. It probably wouldn't have gotten like near the amount of hate that it it did when it releases a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
It's just not very scary. It's not very survival horror. It's more of just like action with like a little bit of horror like sprinkled on top, just little ice cream sprinkles on top.
Yeah,
So,
Resident Evil kept on running into that problem with like 5 and 6, and then they just completely reset with 7.
Like push the action.
Push the action.
yeah, and like I liked 5, but 6 started to go overboard, and then they had some other spin-offs at the time too, like Operation Raccoon City and like crazy
man.
Umbrella Corps, like all this
Yeah.
other stuff. It was like, dude, like what is going on? So yeah, but I absolutely love Resident Evil. Great games. Really, the whole series is great. 6 is just kind of mid, and it's also super long. Holy crap! Remember, you and I completed. We put like 60 hours.
Was
into
it? Yeah, I remember
something.
you telling me, and I was like, no way. I was
We
like,
really did.
yeah, it can't be that bad of a game if we put 60 hours.
No, it's really not. It's just like the whole time, like this could very easily have been something else.
I do agree. Yeah.
It's whatever. But no, I like Resident Evil a lot. I play them all the time. Resident Evil 4. I'm looking for my 3rd playthrough sometime soon. So.
Dang. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh crap! I think it's my turn again.
Yeah.
I think I know it.
So whenever you have to do like you think of like what's your favorite of something, you always like think of everything, but you just like are not sure what you would pick, But I think for me, the same one keeps popping in my head is Halo. I just keep on thinking like, whenever I'm like, all right, what would be my second? Halo just comes back to mind constantly because I've played every mainline game in the series,
Right.
1 through 3, the Bungie games, Reach,
ODST,
ODST, 4, 5, and Infinite, and it's just one of those like must-have games on the Xbox. I feel like at least the classic ones. The newer ones are kind of hot dog water. Not gonna lie, kind of not good. Anything 343 touched was instantly not as good as the OG classics.
343 doesn't know what they're doing.
My least favorite is easily 5.
We gotta roast them.
Story was the absolute worst story I think in anything ever.
Are you sure about that?
Not good.
It could, probably because it's just completely nonsense. And then
So hey, it looked good.
it looked, graphics
cool. It
were
looked
they were
cool.
decent.
And hey, that opening cutscene. Pretty good.
It looked cool.
Coming down the
Yeah,
mountain, just
I
like-
mean, don't trust me. It looks cool, but like the implications that Spartans were that strong is kind of jank because they're like destroying elites when elites used to be like the Spartans' equals back in the classic games.
Yeah.
So like I got some beef with that game.
Because
not
they
gonna
were
lie.
because they were beef.
Yeah, they're bigger too. They changed. Oh, the art style's trash in 343's games. It's horrible. Not as good.
They did fix that in Infinite. Though.
So like I'm kind of like weird about it, but like if you say Halo 1 or CE through whatever it was, Reach was their last one. That's like
That's
the
good.
stuff. And then Infinite was definitely the best 343 game, but still like
Multiplayer garbage.
there's plenty of videos.
They just now made Infection.
Yeah, season 4. Yeah. But
Infection.
there's like plenty of issues and videos on that game. But I would say overall, Halo is probably my second favorite franchise. It's one of those games that I can always play. It's always going to be fun, and I can replay it countless times, and it'll just always be one of my favorites.
How did you get into Halo?
Well,
originally?
you said that when we were really little, we played it at like our cousin's house, and like we didn't know what it was at the time. But I remember you mentioning that. I didn't
Is
remember.
that how you got introduced to all your favorite games? You went to like other
Cousins.
people's houses.
Well, I mean, that or like my best friend or Dad's friend, one of Dad's friends. I don't know. Somewhere along the line, we played Halo. I played Halo at my best friend's house all the time.
Yeah, it's like a party game, kind of.
It is a party game.
I don't remember when I first played it. I think it was always something that like I kind of saw here and there, and it was like the M game. But even though they're really not even that, like
truly.
they're more of like rated T for teen for the most part.
Yeah.
Except for in one when he opens a guy's head open.
Yeah, you do that.
Yep.
But like them graphics.
Yeah,
though.
that graphics. It looks like
It looks like Fortnite.
Yeah, it looks like 2 blocks. They're like
Fortnite.
Yeah.
This is Fortnite.
Fortnite Battle Pass.
But I think it probably was at someone's house where I first played it, and then eventually I got it for myself. And then Master Chief Collection Peak. It's like the must-have.
It used to be trash on release.
Yeah,
though.
apparently, but it's the must-have Xbox game in my opinion. I never uninstall it.
Massive.
Yeah, it's like 123 gigs. But I always keep it installed because I can always play it and have fun. So yeah, that's my second.
Yeah,
I'm trying to-
I just want to say something real quick.
I'm trying to think
I
about
don't like any of the Halo games.
Save that for the hot takes video.
Yeah, I'll save it.
Sacrifice.
We'll talk about that another time.
Talk about that
All right, so
later.
what's your number 2?
Number 2.
Be
So
fast about
all
it.
I'm saying, we briefly mentioned this. I'm just gonna say I like indie games. I like single games.
But that doesn't count.
I know. I do have franchise favorite games, but all I'm saying is I do have 2 other single game non-franchise favorite games.
Save
I
that for
won't
the
go.
other
I
video.
won't go into it.
Save this.
So if I were to say second favorite franchise, Titanfall. And Titanfall 2 specifically, because that's the one I played.
Okay.
Titanfall 2 campaign specifically, because that's what I played.
That's because the multiplayer got hacked.
Gunnar was telling us about this before
Yeah.
we started recording.
Yeah, it's
Um,
some YouTuber said it was like the best
Yes,
shooter campaign.
No,
I
a lot of people think that.
it is good, but
Yes, a lot of people really like that campaign. I am one of them. I think
Apex
it
better.
is no, Apex is not better. I do not agree with that.
It's fun.
Respawn needs to make another Titanfall game.
Well,
they
that-
need to
didn't they
abandon
plan on-
Apex, go back to Titanfall.
You know, I saw something recently. I think maybe it was IGN that posted it, but it said like they had interviewed someone from Respawn, and they had said they were
Yeah.
working on Titanfall
Yeah.
3 for like months,
I heard that.
and then stopped to work on Apex.
Yeah,
and then like
I
kind
heard
of
that.
just stopped working on it.
I think I heard
They
that.
said they're gonna give if they make Titanfall 3, I think they're gonna give Apex to another company to work on. I think.
Yeah, so it's just like the way I got introduced to Titanfall 2. I'm not sure I quite I played it like Gage. I played it like you owned it, right? And then I played it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember this was back when there was only one Xbox in the house and it was in Gage's room, and it was Xbox One. I would always want to go up there and play Titanfall 2 campaign.
Gimme.
Yeah. And once I started playing it, I literally never stopped. I've beat that game tens of times. I've beat the campaign tens of
I
times.
own it
I've
now.
beat every level, hardest difficulty, except for one level, the Snake's level. Snake, right? That's his name.
Viper.
Viper, Snake. Who cares?
This is Metal Gear.
Viper.
I know more than you.
Well, you play Apex. Viper, that level sucks. I hate that level. It's so difficult.
Seems fun.
That's the one level I could not be in the hardest difficulty. I don't like that level. But overall, I think it is one of, if not the one, it's one of the best campaigns for a shooter game.
Yeah,
It is
COD got nothing.
really good, and it balances gameplay and story incredibly well. like with all these cool characters. You got like Jack Cooper and BT, and then all
That's
the
it.
villains like Blisk and Ash, like all these really cool interesting
Ash being
characters.
Apex now.
And the gameplay is like superb. The movement,
Wall
it's
running,
a
double jumping.
movement shooter.
That's what Apex
we
is.
need more movement shooters. We need a Titanfall 3 with the campaign. That's all I'm saying. That's what we need. Respawn, please. I'm begging you.
They're too busy making money off Apex.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're too busy with
Here's
Apex.
something I'm wondering. Do you think Titanfall 3 would have multiplayer? Because, or should they do Apex? Just like, do you think they would just keep Apex?
If
as
they
well?
made
Like,
Titanfall 3 without multiplayer, people would riot.
well,
okay,
they'd
like-
probably just play Apex.
Oh, it'll definitely have multiplayer. What are you
Yeah, like
talking
it
about?
would like.
There's no way
it's,
they wouldn't.
It's like.
Then
It's
what would happen to Apex? Like, it'd be gone then.
Well, they're two
No,
different games.
Yeah, it's completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah, Titanfall 2, I've played Apex before. This is kind of a hot topic around here. Apex, everyone's constantly switching on whether they like it or not.
I like it.
Except for Gabriel.
I put
I
1,000 hours.
I do not like Apex Legends. And the reason I prefer Titanfall is
the movement.
the movement. It is the movement and the gunplay. I think the gunplay in Titanfall is slightly better. The movement in Titanfall is so fluid and jumpy, and it feels there's no like lag to it. It's always like going. It's never stopping.
like Halo 5.
Yes,
Shut up.
yes, just like Halo 5.
But better.
Yeah. So in general, Titanfall 2. If I were to say favorite game franchises, that would be my second pick.
You haven't played the first one.
Be quiet. Be quiet. No one cares.
And on that note,
Yeah, it's multiplayer.
Gabriel?
Gabriel?
Number 2?
Boy, I've been trying to think of a third one because I have a hard time with that, but I do know my second one. Vending the Machine.
Yeah.
Another horror game. Who
Okay.
would have known? Who would have guessed? They're actually like 4 games technically. One of them's a mobile game, and the other one's is like a spin-off. But there are 2 main games: Bending the Machine and then Bending Dark Bible. Beat both of them. The first one is a really good game. It's actually really good. The graphics are very outdated at this point. It looks like it's on a budget. There's no like, you don't even have a hand in the game. The weapons just. You're just like
It's like VeggieTales.
Yeah, it's like floating, and then the attack's just like stiff downward.
Yeah, it's like Raymond Origins crap. Origins.
Rayman?
Raymond Oranges.
Ramen oranges!
Raymond Oranges.
Wait, why did you bring up
Because
ramen?
he's got a floating hand.
Oh,
He's got a hand,
He's
just no arms.
He's got a hand.
but like, of course.
Let's get back to the topic at hand. Alright.
Keep me on track.
So like the tone of that one's way more like lighthearted than the second one is. Like literally, the Ink Demon is like way goofier. It literally just smiles like a GIF plastered onto like plastic or something. And like,
A GIF plastered onto plastic. How does that work?
yeah,
Yeah, plastered
A
on.
GIF
plastered
Yeah.
on.
on plastic.
No, like put on plastic.
It looks like it's
But like, how do you have
photoshopped.
a GIF is a 3-second like recording.
Oh, then it looks like a Photoshop.
What?
But
I
what?
know what you're saying.
I'm so
he has
confused.
a mouth, right?
I'm so confused. He's got a mouth, right?
He's got a face.
Cut this out.
Cut
Okay.
this out. Cut this out.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna leave it in.
No,
I don't
care. Even for a game that has like not a lot of budget, it's fully voice acted, like the entire thing.
Respectable.
They even got Jacksepticeye as one of the characters.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, that YouTube boy?
That YouTube guy?
That guy we competing with?
Oh.
Dang, bro, we competing with that boy.
Stop.
Our channel's gonna blow up, bro.
Yeah, but like the voice acting is good. It's better than the other things. Definitely second one's better than voice acting, but that one's like I remember like when I first got the Switch Lite, that was one of the first games on my radar. I was like, I want this game. So like towards the end of like 2018, I got it and I played through the entire game within like 2 days. It's like an 8-hour game, I think. And don't interrupt me.
No, because you're forgetting how, like, when you first got introduced to it. I remember what happened.
Crap.
What happened?
Literally.
What's the story?
Yeah, back long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, I used to watch Dan TDM a lot. Okay, I was a stan. I was a stan. I'll admit it. I stand. Yes, and he played Bendy and the Ink Machine, and that was like the one video that I showed Gabriel on, and I showed him. Gabriel was like, "Dude, this looks so cool. How do I play this? I want to play this game."
And you're like, "It's only on PC."
Yeah, I was like, "It's only on PC, so you can't really."
like our 6-year-old selves.
I don't really care. I'm watching Dan TDM. Okay.
Get out of my room.
Get out of my room. Yeah, but like and ever since then he was like always like crazy about it.
Like,
I'm pretty sure we watched like the whole series he did on Bending the Ink Machine.
The thing that gripped me so hard is like the style. It's like a cartoony 2D sort of like feel in a 3D world. It's like really unique. I've never seen any other horror game like it, really. And there are a lot of secrets. I got a whole guidebook of secrets, and like you can like go through walls and see like interesting Easter eggs and stuff. You can even get a gun if you make the right decisions, which I actually got. It's pretty cool.
Gun.
Just like in real life.
Something that I didn't like was is that it was separated into chapters, and luckily I got the game like after they all released. But if you were one of those people that got it when it released, as soon as you beat the first chapter, you have to wait like 4 months for the next one to come out. It's sort of like
an episodic release.
Yeah, it kind of sucks. That's something the Dark Revival did better. They decided to release it as one full game, which is way better than episodic release because it sucks. And another thing is that one of the chapters in the game is really just fetch quests. The entire thing. It's like as soon as you grab this one thing for this character, it's like, okay, now give me another thing. And you have to go explore the whole map again, grab the thing, bring it back. You have to do that like 4 times, and you finally do it. And other than that, like the gameplay, it's the combat is just like the second one. You kind of just smack them until they die. You just chop them. But
it's like Minecraft.
But something that surprisingly the first one had better is that it had weapon variety. In the second one, you only get one weapon in the game, and you have it for the rest of the game. But in the first one, there's like variety. Like sometimes like it'll be like scripted. Like when you break boards and stuff, it'll break, and you have to like find something else. There's a lot more weapon variety, and like they'll each deal like different amounts of damage. Like being the fire axe will be the most effective, while the ink syringe will be the least effective.
Super effective.
Super effective Pokemon.
And the creative ideas was another thing. Like the second one had good ideas, like the keepers and stuff. Like they're weird looking things. But the first one of the things that actually got me so scared was you're on a boat that's like you're on like a motorboat sort of through ink. And there are these giant cartoon glove hands that'll come out and smack your boat apart. Because your boat will stop because it'll get clogged with ink and you have to like hit the ink out of it, or else the hand, like the giant cartoon glove hand, will just like come out and just like completely just smack. Yeah, but like the end of the game was like there's boss battles and everything. Like
dang,
like,
sounds like a pretty fire game.
And
Sounds
What was that?
Gage is just over here like,
Alright, that's why I haven't been talking the past 5 minutes.
dang, that was pretty far.
Dang, that was pretty fire.
And then
Sounds like a good game series,
and,
my brother.
the second the second one it used to be my favorite game of all time. Then the second one took that over because
Wait, you just said the second one used to be, but now the second one is.
I meant to say the first one.
Okay.
Just don't judge me.
Don't judge me.
Alright.
So like the second one, I think it still had a lot of problems. Probably sometimes worse than the first one. But other than like those like gripes, it's a really good game, and it's my new favorite game of all time. So I just like it a lot. I stutter. Don't stutter. Okay. Let me try to say this again without stuttering.
Oh my goodness.
I don't think everyone will like it. Like, of course, if you don't like horror games. If you don't like horror games, obviously, why would you play it? This is getting awkward.
Are you reading off of a card? Or
He lost his script somewhere.
It's a good game series, Gavin. You go.
All right.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
I don't know my third game series, so I gotta think.
well,
Number 3.
anyways, number 3, I'm gonna have to go with Doom.
Yeah.
Vibe and Cat.
Yeah,
Nice.
absolutely, bro. Doom, fantastic game. It's probably the newest out of the series I've talked about today that has been added to the list. When Doom 2016 came out, everyone was talking about it, and I didn't play it for like a couple years.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone says it's good. That's fine. I remember you actually downloaded the demo,
I did, yeah.
and that was like, I was like, all right, well, let me get the demo for Doom 2016. It's literally just like the first part of like the first level or whatever. And I played it, and I was like, yo, this is actually pretty fun. Like,
Yeah.
they weren't kidding when they said this was good. And that was like my first, exposure to actually playing a Doom game. So I played the demo, but then like I didn't really get the game at that moment. But I remember going into a GameStop and seeing it on sale, Doom 2016 on sale.
Oh, Black Friday, wasn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know, but it was like $15 or something, and I was like, oh man, like I'll definitely get this for $15.
Yeah.
So I picked it up there, came home, played it, and it was so good. I had so much fun with that game. It's fantastic. I just love like the combat, the speed, like it's just a really well crafted game. Like they thought about it when they were making the game.
Yeah.
And so then they announced Doom Eternal, and before that came out, I was like, let me try out these old Doom games because they had them on like Nintendo Switch and like even like the Microsoft Store and everything where you could just get them.
Yeah.
I was like, whatever, man, let me try it. So I got the first one, and I wasn't expecting much because it is an old game, like it's one of the first-person shooters ever made. So I was like, I mean, it's probably gonna be a little jank. But I got into it and played it, and I was like, this is fun, man. Like it's still got some of the core stuff that makes Doom what it is. Like you don't aim down the sights. You're constantly like your movement speed is faster than other like regular first-person shooters. So like you're just flying around, like sliding around, shooting demons. And I was like, dude, this is fun. Ended up getting all the other ones: Doom 2, 64, 3, and Doom Eternal, of course, when it came out. So games are actually absolutely amazing, well crafted, music's awesome, hype. Just love them. If I were to pick a least favorite, it's gonna be Doom 3. It's definitely the black sheep of the series. It's the least like Doom game there is.
Yeah.
Though it is still good in its own way. It's more like a survival horror game.
Right.
To be honest, it's like not an action first person shooter. It's really just like a survival horror kind of feel, which is fine, but it's not what I played Doom for.
Right. Yeah.
So, but favorite, it's got to be Doom Eternal. One of my absolute favorite games ever made. I mean, holy crap! Hugo Martin, the game director behind it, like he's a gamer himself. He loves games. It was a passion project for him, and you can tell. Like it is just chef's kiss. Play Doom Eternal, so good.
Dang.
It looks good.
Nice.
Oh, it's blow your face off. kind of game.
Literally.
Just that good. Oh crap.
All right,
My number
Gage.
3. I keep on thinking of the same one.
Wait, let me guess.
I just want to know.
Red Dead Redemption. Ghost
Ghost
Recon?
No.
Dead Redemption, Dead Red.
That was a new one I did
Dead
play.
Red,
Ghost
Red,
Recon.
Red.
On that, but no.
Groceries?
Yeah, Ghost Recon.
If I had to pick a third,
Raging Rabbit.
let me say it, please.
Raymond
If I had
Rabbits.
to pick a third, I keep thinking of Splinter Cell. I probably would say that.
Not Subnautica?
No, there's just more games in Splinter Cell.
Not
And I'm
Yoshi's
like
Island?
those like characters and like that gameplay is just like really beloved and unique. Because like they don't, stealth has become like its own mechanic in games. There's no longer like the stealth genre.
Yeah.
Conviction was easily the worst one. Not a fan at all.
Easily.
It's more of an action game, and the controls were horrible on console. It's actually terrible. But the series itself is really, really amazing. Chaos Theory is probably my favorite because I like how Sam feels like a real person. Like he doesn't feel like like an assassin from Assassin's Creed where he can just spider crawl up buildings basically, just climb on everything.
Jump off of a 40-foot, 40-mile high tower into a bale of hay.
Yeah,
And
it's
live.
survive.
Yeah.
And live.
Sam and the Splinter Cell series is more like weight to it, and I appreciate that. You know, Blacklist used to be my favorite. Me and Gunnar used to play it all the time.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
I
I
mentioned
remember
it.
that.
I remember it too.
It's phenomenal. Like I wouldn't
Great
mind
game.
going upstairs playing that later. Like it's just that good, you know. But that one did kind of make Sam a little bit more agile, almost like he's a ninja or something. And it has its own fun. I like that it exists, but for me, Chaos Theory is the more unique and quality experience because it lets you tackle objectives in different ways.
Right.
And it's linear enough to where you don't get lost. Like in Double Agent, at least the Xbox version, that one I had a problem with it where I felt like I'd get lost too easily.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, the gameplay is really unique, and you can go back to even the original, and it still holds up remarkably well for its age. And I'm just excited for that Splinter Cell 1 remake at this point. I'm hyped.
Do you think like that it's gonna happen? Have they announced that?
Yeah, they announced it with its own like little teaser, I think, and then they had the Splinter Cell 20th anniversary, and they showed off like concept art and different things like that from
Oh
it.
really?
Yeah, I was like, I'm excited, and just I replayed it. I didn't quite finish it, but I replayed a majority of the game.
We saw you, Sam.
And while I'm playing the original, I'm thinking like, dang, this would be so cool to see what they do with the remake, like what they do to like recreate this scene. You know, I kept thinking that, but yeah, that's probably my number 3. So Fire Emblem, Halo, and then Splinter Cell. Those are probably my 3. Unless I'm forgetting something, I don't think I am.
They're both
I
done.
find it.
But I'd say that.
I find it funny how there's been like 2 or 3 Ubisoft events, and like every single one hasn't had a single thing Gage wanted to see.
It's all been Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed, man. No Ghost Recon, no Splinter Cell.
Rainbow Six.
No
Rayman.
No Rayman.
Rayman Oranges.
Oranges.
Rayman oranges.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
I'm waiting. Okay.
Number 3.
My number 3.
I don't have one right now.
Here it comes.
Rayman Oranges.
Minecraft.
Okay.
What can you say about Minecraft, dude?
It's
I'm
Minecraft.
not even sure if I need
Yeah,
to say
it's
anything.
Minecraft.
Just you say it, we
Just
move
say-
on.
Yeah, you know what? Moving on. Gabriel.
Minecraft.
Alright. What's your favorite, Gabriel?
Actually, we moved on.
I don't need to say
It's-
You
it.
legit did. All right.
It's Minecraft.
Alright, 1, 2, 3.
I haven't thought about it.
Gabriel, you've had all this time.
What's
But,
your
like,
number 3?
pick something.
What's your
Pick
number,
something.
Trez?
Probably Zelda.
That's what I was gonna try. I was gonna try.
Zelda!
Zelda!
I love that commercial.
The Mickey Mouse video.
Hey, it's an Easter egg of your original idea, because the original idea that Gavin had for the first episode, it was like the same idea like he had was favorite video game commercials. So it's kind of
we're definitely gonna do that.
We have
We're
a
definitely gonna do
little bit of
that.
an Easter egg there.
But-
the
but-
Zelda
but I haven't-
commercial.
Me and Gunnar haven't seen any.
You watch E3, boy.
That sounds weird. That's weird. That's weird.
All right,
Cut it
all
out.
right,
Cut it out.
Get
Zelda.
Talk.
Zelda.
Favorite, least favorite. What are your thoughts?
Zelda is a really good series. Yeah. I.
It's pretty good.
Good thoughts.
This,
Good thoughts.
This is gonna be a hot take, very controversial. Versal? I don't know.
Tears of the
Um,
Kingdom sucked. Don't kill me. I'm sorry.
Hey, you haven't played it. That's a
Army
joke.
of Time.
That's a
dude.
joke. That's a joke.
I'm just kidding.
I was not a very big fan of Breath of the Wild. Yeah, blow me up. I'm sorry. I have my opinions. Sue
That's
me.
fair. That's fair.
That's fair. It's,
like-
No, I'll sue you.
Yeah, fair. I'll sue
No, you won't, right?
No.
No.
We don't joke in this room.
No, we don't.
Oh crap.
Tell us about your thoughts, you
Yeah.
dingus.
Yeah.
the I remember the first Zelda game I played was my birthday. I got $20 and I got the Ocarina of Time remake.
You got the Ocarina of Time remake first?
Yeah.
Not the Majora's Mask? Oh. I didn't know that.
Believe it or not.
You know.
Yeah, I played it. I thought it was really good, so I was like, Majora's Mask, I'm playing it. So I played it. It's one of my favorite games of all time now. It is a amazing game. Definitely my favorite in the whole franchise. Gavin, you agree with me, right? It's better than Ocarina of Time, for me at least.
Majora's Mask, I like more than Ocarina of Time.
It's just so good. It's so good. I actually almost 100% it. Other than the fairies, I've gotten almost everything else. I've gotten
Yeah, you got all the masks,
Yeah,
right?
I got all them.
Are the fairies like the Koroks for that game?
No, they're only.
The Koroks are way worse.
Yeah, Koroks are definitely worse.
The
but-
problem with that,
They're
the
both
fairies,
pretty
is that if you don't do it in the 3 days, you restart it. You
Mhm.
restart all of it, and like they're in every temple. It sucks because they're hidden in dumb places and stuff like that. And of course, I haven't gotten all the heart pieces because that's just hard. But I've gotten like all the masks and stuff. I also really like Link Between Worlds. That's a really good one. Like, thanks to that game, I played Link to the Past. I got about over halfway through it. I made it to where I got into like the corrupted world, and you have to do all the temples again. I was like, I can't do that again. I did it, and I was like, these are hard.
Too
Gonna do it
hard.
again.
It's like an IGN review.
Too
6 out of 10.
hard.
Too hard.
Too hard.
The AI is too good.
Too good. That was Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah,
Too
but
good.
if I have the least favorite, I would probably out of all the ones I played, not beat. Like I played a lot of them. I would probably say The Adventure of Link. I don't like the second one. The second one's bad.
The second one.
Ugh. Ugh. If I had to say another one though, I'd probably say Oracle Seasons. I don't like that one that much. It's
That is a
hard.
very small
It's
one.
very cryptic.
I never played the Oracle games.
It's so cryptic.
Oh no.
You're stuck in a spot and they're like, figure it out.
Stuck in a spot.
Figure it
Stuck
out.
in a spot.
Yeah, Majora's Mask, amazing game. 10 out of 10, amazing game.
So
Good
Zelda.
series.
So your favorites were FNAF, Bendy, Zelda, Gunners. Yours was
Hitman,
Hitman, Titanfall, and Minecraft. Mine was
Minecraft.
Fire Emblem, Halo, Splinter Cell, and Gavin was Sonic, Resident Evil, and Doom. Very wide variety.
Yeah, I know.
Nice
Now, you know,
variety.
we have
Our
a lot
tastes.
of different tastes. We're
Yeah.
very individual people here in this all four group.
Yeah.
But I guess that's where we're gonna end the video off or the
Yeah.
podcast this
Yeah.
episode, whatever
Yeah.
these things are nowadays.
Subscribe. Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Subscribe if you're still here. At this point.
Like the
White.
video, hit the bell
Yeah,
icon
if you
for all
made it this far, you
notifications.
might as well like it.
Oh, you guys,
Honestly, yeah.
guys,
Oh.
you ready? Let's do it all on 3.
Wait, what?
Wait, what?
1,
We already did that.
Don't let him hear you.
3.
Minecraft. Yeah. I'm the last one left.